Racing this time, Airagid jumped well, joined immediately by Magic of Sydney and going up smartly to head the lot of them, Avon Wonder. And at the end of 200, Avon Wonder a neck on Magic of Sydney, right up with the speed today, and Father Nick between the leaders third. 2 lengths to Airagid into Gaze Wide, and on the fence Babu's Boy, a length and a half the West Aussie Victory Dash. 2 to Cohiba parked on the inside of Presidential Rule, and 2.5 to 3 lengths Bolster. 700 left to go, and Father Nick runs to the front more than a length now on Magic of Sydney. Airagid and Avon Wonder wide out. Babu's Boy is back in 5th posse on the inside of Intergaze. 2.5 Victory Dash, a length Presidential Rule. Cohiba next to last, and 2 lengths to Bolster. Father Nick on the turn, and the Pago more than a length on Magic of Sydney. Airagid wide out. Babu's Boy the inside, and then Intergaze. And 2 to Avon Wonder, followed by Presidential Rule. Magic of Sydney raced up to Father Nick, and at the 200 metres, Magic of Sydney, Shane Dye, hands and heels, burnt off Father Nick. Here's Babu's Boy, the big danger with Intergaze. Babu's Boy runs to Magic of Sydney, and Father Nick clear of Intergaze. Babu's Boy is starting to gain the day, and away goes. It's Babu's Boy from Magic of Sydney. The Intergaze knows Father Nick for third, followed home then by Victory Dash in company with Bolster, Presidential Rule. Second last Airagid, and last of all was Cohiba, bar-tailed off Avon Wonder.
Super Tab 2 Babu's Boy 880 and 170, 1 Magic of Sydney 110, and number 4 Intergaze 150.
At Newcastle was no fluke, and today the Broadmeadow train gelding has paid $8.90 and 170. $8.90 and 170. Magic of Sydney showed speed today, whereas he got back the other afternoon a week ago. But a points decision to number 2 Babu's Boy, beating number 1 Magic of Sydney, who'll pay $1.10. And number 4 has run third, Intergaze, which has paid $1.40. 2-1-4, Babu's Boy, trained by Mrs. D. Lumsden at Broadmeadow for Mrs. B.C. H. and Mrs. A.E. Gelderman. A bay gelding 2 by Yellow Prince from Babu's Babe. Darren Beatman beating numbers 1 Magic of Sydney by Dane Hill, Eloquent Edition. Gay Waterhouse, Shane Dye, and 4 Intergaze. Who is by Integra from Temper Gaze, Rod Craig, Mick Dittman. 4th went to number 6, Father Nick. The official 5th was number 3, Victory Dash. So, Babu's Boy into the Golden Slipper, and certainly not without a good chance, Babu's Boy. He really finishes his races off. And remember here when he beat Peachtree Road back in the latter part of November, he came from a seemingly impossible position. And then he ran third behind Intergaze. Then Diane Lumsden put him away, brought him back for the Coca-Cola at Newcastle and beat Cohiba easily. And he's done a good job to win today by the official margin of a long neck with a length and a quarter between second and third. A long neck, 1 1/4. The time is 1:09.46. Well, that is a slick run. 1:09.46 has bettered Imperial Baron's race record of 19.7. 1:09.46, a new race record holder, Babu's Boy, and the sectional run was 34.48. In the first, Precious Glitter ran 1:10.09, 34.79. So Babu's Boy certainly in the slipper with an outstanding chance. The Quinella here has paid $5.60, Exacta $21.50, and the trifecta $40.40. Magic of Sydney now out of the slipper.
Now the update race 2.
Racing this time. By gee, that was a heck of a good start, and one of the best to begin was Seeker. Misty Dawn on the inside out well. In the 3rd position, Quick Flick, followed by La Rose Noir, Amber and Ruffles, and Proud Player improving. Followed by Green Waters, a length and a half further away as Dimco, and then Canaraja, Ginzano. Followed by Gold Ruler, Patonk second last, and 2 to Stately King. They work around the first corner, and Ruffles very wide out on the track is shooting up hard and hits the lead now. Ruffles a length and a half on Misty Dawn. Seeker in 3rd spot, followed by Quick Flick, and then comes La Rose Noir on the inside. Behind those horses next as they travel up to approach the home corner, Proud Player. Length and a half then to Dimco wide from Amber the middle, Green Waters the inside, and then comes Canaraja, Gold Ruler, followed by Ginzano, Patonk, and 2 to Stately King. Ruffles on the outside just leads Misty Dawn on straightening. Seeker coming at Ruffles, followed by La Rose Noir. Length the Proud Player, Green Waters trying to get into the clear, and then Quick Flick and Amber. Ruffles at the 200 beat off Seeker. It's Ruffles, a nice leader. 2 lengths Seeker, Proud Player. Green Waters finally getting into the clear, but it's Ruffles in front, 100 metres to go. They can't catch a bite. Gee, this is an outstanding win. And Ruffles goes to the post to beat Green Waters and Proud Player. Patonk ran home well. So did Stately King through on the rails from Ginzano, Seeker, Canaraja, Gold Ruler, followed by La Rose Noir further back, Amber or Dimco, Misty Dawn, and last of all was Quick Flick.
Number 6, Ruffles, Super Tab, 451.80. Number 12, Green Waters, to return $5.40. And 14 for third, Proud Player, 14.40. 441.80 on the New South Tote.
Ruffles proving too good for numbers 12 and 14. Green Waters, it'll pay $5.70. And number 14, Proud Player, at around $17. So the trifecta will be very healthy. Well, what more can you say about the race? She's drawn the outside alley. She was outside the leader, beat the leader off as they straightened up, and has held her rival safely in the run down to the line. She is by Zedida from Paris Miss, a 3-year-old chestnut filly trained by Max Lees for Colin and Helen Tidy and Mr. N and Mrs. M.P. Johnson, and written by R.S. Dye. Number 12, second, Green Waters. Probably should have been a little closer, was held up at a vital stage just after straightening for the run to the line by Opera Prince from Vale Nymph for Bay Gelding 3, Keith Dryden, Rob Thompson, and number 14, Proud Player by Squill from Matty Yayo, Bill Mitchell, Paul Falvey. 1, Patonk ran home very well for 4th, and Stately King got through on the inside over the latter part after being near to the tail on the turn. And he'd be about 6th. Officially 5th was number 7, and that was Ginzano. Margins are 3/4 of a length. Comfortable win. 3/4 by a head. 3/4 ahead. 1:15.48. 1:15.48.09 outside Committal's race record. 1:15.48, and the sectional time was 35.07. 35.07. Quinella 49.30, Exacta 71.80, and the trifecta $5,426.70. Ruffles winning the Derby Munro Stakes.
Update for race number 3, Adelaide.
Racing here at Rose Hill, and JBC out pretty well, and so was Fewer Chosen. The favourite Coachwood is right up there, as is Kingstown. Not far back, Gold Sovereign with Deja Slew, and Linesman is starting to move over from a wide alley as they gallop down towards the 100 metres, and Coachwood on the inside just in front of Fewer Chosen. Wider out, Kingstown making a line of 3. Linesman 4th and wide, followed by Gold Sovereign in the middle. Deja Slew on the fence, and out deep next is JBC, followed by Legs Ahoy in the middle. Racing Rider over on the rails, 2 Short Sentence and 2 Tennessee Oak. Kingstown and Coachwood go together, and the speed quickens over the crossing at the 1800, with Kingstown leading clearly now from Coachwood. 3 lengths away, third, Fewer Chosen from Deja Slew. A length the Linesman, and then a gap to Gold Sovereign. Racing Rider on the inside from JBC. Legs Ahoy, Short Sentence second last, and 2 or 3 lengths to Tennessee Oak. Around the second corner, sweeping to the back of the course past the 1500, and Kingstown lopes along. 3/4 Coachwood. 3 away, third, Fewer Chosen from Deja Slew, then Linesman, Gold Sovereign, Racing Rider. Length JBC forced to cover a lot of additional ground from Legs Ahoy in the centre. Short Sentence on the inside, and 2 lengths to Tennessee Oak. Down the back of the track they go, and Coachwood joins Kingstown, but the rider on Linesman, I refer to Johnny Marshall, not happy with the speed, and Linesman goes up to tackle Coachwood, who quickens up. And as they head to the 1,000 metres, Coachwood just in front of Linesman. Gold Sovereign attacks the pair and goes to the lead, followed by Kingstown, Deja Slew, and then Fewer Chosen, and JBC has been out off the track right throughout, and then Racing Rider, Legs Ahoy, Short Sentence, and Tennessee Oak. As they come down the side of the Manion Cup and they race past the 700 metres, Gold Sovereign and Coachwood show the way. Coachwood's been taken on left, right and centre. Kingstown third, Linesman 4th, and 5th, Fewer Chosen. JBC still right out off the course from Deja Slew, Short Sentence, Legs Ahoy, Tennessee Oak, and Racing Rider gets shuffled back to the tail of the field as they bunch on the point of the corner. And Gold Sovereign just in front of Coachwood, and Hall's had to go for the whip on Coachwood. Fewer Chosen heads the pair from JBC, and on the extreme outside is Tennessee Oak, and then a gap to Legs Ahoy. 200 out, Fewer Chosen, JBC, and now Tennessee Oak is joining in swiftly. Then Linesman and Kingstown, followed by Racing Rider. He's coming home well. Tennessee Oak is the leader. Racing Rider won't go straight. Tennessee Oak holding Racing Rider, and Tennessee Oak will win it. Tennessee Oak wins the the Manion Cup from Racing Rider. Fewer chosen third, then Linesman. JBC, Kingstown, Deja Slew, Legs Ahoy, Coachwood beat 2 to the post. Gold Sovereign and Short Sentence.
Double to pay $178.
Super Tab, 10 Tennessee Oak, 1650, 380. Number 11 Racing Writer, 260, and 2 fewer chosen, 260.
In fact, it'll be $21.30 and $4.30. Bookies having a very, very happy afternoon. The only favourite to have won, Ruffles in the third. 10 Tennessee Oak, $21.30 and $4.30 has beaten number 11 Racing Writer. And it'll pay $2.50, and number 2 fewer chosen third, it'll pay $2.20. Well, Coachwood was given no peace in front. You heard where he finished, third last. Fewer chosen looked a chance as he swept to the lead after straightening up, but he's getting closer to a win now. That one will do him the world of good. He's third from a spell. JBC, well, forget he ever went round because Dye was the victim of circumstances. He was 3, 4 and 5 wide throughout. Linesman's rider wasn't happy with the speed. He quickened up going down the back of the track. Short Sentence was outclassed. Kingstown ran an even race. Deja Slew, he only plugs. Legs Ahoy struggling to find form. Gold Sovereign's rider wasn't happy with the pace. He went up in the middle stages, and Tennessee Oak sitting back. And Darren Gauci riding a superb race on this New Zealander, now trained by Graham Rogerson here at Randwick, proving just a little too good. He was just a bit wobbly in the last 20 metres, and Racing Rider seemed to hang it at a vital stage, about 50 from the winning post. 10, 11, 2. Now, this was a superfecta. 4, Linesman 4th, 3, JBC 5th, and 6 went to number 6, Kingstown. 10, 11, 2, 4, 3, and 6. The winner is by Oak Ridge from Min Ruler. Bay Gelding 5 is trained by Graham Rogerson for Mr. G. Cronitis, Mrs. L. Keenan, and Dr. R.J. Thompson. The Gauci. Second posse, Racing Rider by Racing Is Fun, Silver Scribe, Les Tilley, Kevin Moses, and fewer chosen Family Ties, Star Missant and Gay Waterhouse, Glenn Boss. It's 10, 11, 2, 4, 3, and 6. Thank you, Gregory. Margins hand delivered, a half length, 1 1/4. Half length, 1 1/4, 2:28.36. 2:28.36. That's a tick under a second outside Dr. Grace's race record, and 35.59 was the sectional. The Quinella paid $112.10. The exacta $205.70. The trifecta $2,345.90. The way things are going, either 1, 2 or 3 ain't a good thing in the next, Rodney.
No, it's not looking good.
Norfolk State.
They've gone away in a good line. King of Saxony away fairly on the inside. Bonamici has begun well with Calzone deeper out Chartin Heights. Crossing at the tail of the field, Bar High and Desiree, and working up to join the leaders, Cornwall King. Going with him is Free Beer, and over on the outer Red Packs as they race onto the course proper. Napier Street is going to settle centre field. Deeper out is Air de Gloire. Then Take the Fortune. Back behind them, Red Cherobia, Noble, Ben Barra, Zabo. Bar High, Desiree last of all. At the 400-metre mark on the first round, and Red Packs takes the lead in the Duke of Norfolk by a length. Over on the inside, Free Beer. Third placing then Zabo on the rails, Cornwall King. Beautifully placed fourth. Around him goes Logician, a length and a half then to Calzone, trying to steady on the inside. He wants to go a little keener. Air de Gloire is going to be caught deep on the turn out of the straight from Napier Street, and slipping up on the inside, Bonamici. A length further back then Chartin Heights. With it then was Napier Street. Further back a length the King of Saxony. Then Savo as the Enderage rather as they leave the straight. Behind it then was Red Cherobia, Take the Fortune, Our Comanchero. Noble Ben Barra well back with Bar High, and last of all is Desiree to the 2,000-metre mark, and the leader was Red Packs with Free Beer going up inside him now, and they clap a bit of pace on about 3.5 or 4 to Logician. 2 lengths away to Cornwall King, 3 parts Savo. 2 lengths then to Calzone, 1 away from the rails inside him Bonamici, a length to Air de Gloire, still caught out a little bit deep. Chartin Heights in the centre, 1 to King of Saxony, Napier Street. Then Indirage at the 1,800 with him, Take the Fortune, 1.5 Noble Ben Barra. Well back our Comanchero, Red Cherobia, Bar High, and last of all is Desiree, who's got to be the best part of 15 to 20 lengths off the leader. 1,600 metres out, and the Tasmanian Free Beer takes a clear lead now, and the Duke of Norfolk by a length. Second, Red Packs. Logician third, and now Cornwall King lets go. He moves up very quickly to join the lead at the 1,400-metre mark. Then Zavo on the inside, a half to Calzone. A length and a half, Chartin Heights, and Air de Gloire still planted out 3 deep. Bonamici the rails. 2.5 to King of Saxony with Napier Street, then Take the Fortune. Indirage with him 3 lengths further back. Noble Ben Barra, 3 to Red Cherobi, Roush Comanchero. Well back Bar High, and 3 last of all is Desiree. Down the side they come now towards the 1,000-metre mark, and the leader was Red Pax by a half-length. Cornwall King and Logician going up 3 deep. Free Beer has gone, I think, shown the whip, about to join him. Zavo and Calzone now. A length away, Edgar who's been wide throughout from Bonamici, Sharp Tin Heights, Napier Street. King of Saxony getting into the clear from Take the Fortune, Indirage, and further back Noble Ben Barra. Up to the turn they swing now, 6.50 out, and the Duke of Norfolk and Cornwall King has been left in front here. Logician on the outside, a half away, then Zavo. He's had a pretty fair run. Further back, Red Pax beaten to the outside, King of Saxony. Air de Gloire and Calzone in front of those, and then Napier Street. They corner, 4.50 out, Calzone, Logician. 2 in front of Zavo, coming out to make his run. Calzone shown the whip. Wider out, Shartin Heights and King of Saxony. And further back, Napier Street, 300 out, and Cornwall King in front here. Zavo on the outside is the immediate danger. Deeper out there comes King of Saxony, Shartin Heights and Calzone. The leader is Zavo. Cornwall King fights back on the inside. Shartin Heights coming at the pair. Shartin Heights on the outside, race to Zavo and Cornwall King, and Shartin Heights, the New Zealander, comes away to score a comfortable win. 2.5 to Cornwall King, 3rd in Zavo. Then Calzone, Noble Ben Barra, King of Saxony, Bonamici. Indirage behind it was Napier Street, Logician, Red Cherobier, Edgar du Gloire, forget the run today, Desiree, Red Pax, Bar High. Then our Comanchero, Take the Fortune, and unfortunately Free Beer has run last.
And the winner number 2, Shartin Heights, 9.10, 2.90, 5 Cornwall King, 2.80, and 8 Zavo, 5.50.
Number 2, Shartin Heights.
On the Super Tab, 11.30 and 3.60. Number 5, Cornwall King, 2.80, and number 8, Zavo, 5.60.
Yesterday with Keith Hillier, but his minder was, and they just said one thing. The horse was brought over here for one race, and one race only, the Duke of Norfolk. And this 5-year-old has outstayed the opposition to score quite a comfortable win on the line. He was 2 lengths behind Cornwall King and Zavo when they looked as if they were going to settle down and fight the race out. That was at the 200-metre mark.
All right, 2.58 the numbers at the barrier, Brisbane.
Race 4, Eagle Farm.
Press the same and they're off in the Amy Guineas, and the best to begin was Falonte, Nothing Like a Dane right up there, and so Super Slew and Royce in an interval. The 2 New Zealanders heading for the front spot, followed by Delinquent, a length to Octagonal, and getting into almost one off the rails. Saintly caught out wide, and then Reason shuffled back now from Future King, 2 lengths to Shaharaza, and a length to Bold Chief. They work along to the first corner past the 1600. A good clip here, and Delinquent on the outside shows the way, a half length on interval. 2 lengths away, 3rd is Super Slew, a length and a half further back in the field, Nothing Like a Dane, followed by Royce in court, widened a couple of lengths to Falonte, who's parked on the inside of Octagonal, just over a length to Saintly, so Saintly right on the back of Octagonal. On the inside of Saintly next is Reasons, 2 Future King, a length, Bold Chief, and Shaharaza whips them in. Down the back of the course they travel, and heading along to the 1,000 metres, and Delinquent gets his own way in front now. Super Slew works to second, interval 3rd, a length and a half, Nothing Like a Dane on the inside of Roy Sin. About a length and 3/4 Falonte, parked on the inside of Octagonal after a length and a half, then 2 Reasons. 1 to Saintly with 3 behind him, Shaharaza, Future King and Bold Chief. On the side of the Amy Guineas, 700 left to go, and Delinquent 3/4 of a length on interval. 3/4 and 3 deep is Super Slew, a length and a half, Nothing Like a Dane on the inside of Roy Sin. Another 2 lengths Octagonal, Falonte on his inside from Saintly, right on the back of Octagonal. Beatman about to go, and Payne on Saintly following him forward, and then Reasons followed by Shaharaza, good margin, Future King and Bold Chief last, straightening up. Delinquent the leader, here comes Nothing Like a Dane and Octagonal with Saintly on the extreme outside. Octagonal and Nothing Like a Dane hit the front, about 3/4 to a length there, break on Saintly, who's starting to close. The big O, the leader, Octagonal, slowly but surely Saintly's getting Octagonal. Octagonal's still in front, Saintly and Nothing Like a Dane can't get him. Octagonal, Darren Beedman wins the Amy Guineas from a very close finish between Saintly, wide out, Nothing Like a Day in the inner, and then Delinquent, Falonte, Royce in, followed home by Reasons, Future King, Super Slew, Shaharaza. Well back was Interval and Bold Chief near enough to the tail of the field.
Okay, on the Super Tab, not much between the 3 of them there. 1 Octagonal, 290, 140, 3 Saintly, 150, and number 2 Nothing Like a Dane, 150.
$90 and $1.30. $2.90 and $1.30. Saintly was going to beat him, I thought, 100 to go, but he died on his run a little on the outside, Saintly, and he and Nothing Like a Dane are the horses figuring in the photo finish for the minor platings. Number 3, Saintly, has paid $1.50, and 2, Nothing Like a Dane, $1.50. It's 1, 3 and 2. 1, 3 and 2 are official in the Amy Guineas. Well, the crowd and you off-course punters have not been disappointed. It was billed as a race between the three, and they haven't let you down. 1, 3, 2, with only around a long neck between the three of them as the line has been reached. Octagonal by Zabeel from 8 Carat. Darren Beatman waved his whip with glee about 20 metres past the post. Saintly was going to get him at the 100, but he just died on his runner fraction in the last 20 metres. The Big O would not give up Octagonal. Nothing Like a Dane had a lovely run, and he had his chance, but it was today the day for Octagonal. A half a neck, a half a head. Half a neck by half a head, and the time was 1:59.99. 1:59.99. That has equalled Dane Wynn's race and course record, established here last year, and the sectional time 34.87. Well, what a return bout we're going to see on the first Saturday in April in the AJC Derby between these magnificent horses, 2 colts, Octagonal and Nothing Like a Dane, and the gelding Saintly. He's coming back to a wonderful round of applause. Darren Beatman giving him a rub between the ears. And this huge crowd at Rosehill today. And there's the Chicken Kings, Jack and Bobbingham, walking down the race. They're about to walk under the horseshoe. 2 men that have poured millions of dollars into the thoroughbred racing industry, and I feel sure that the win by their great colt this afternoon would be one of the biggest thrills that they've had in this marvellous sport. They've won Golden Slippers, I know, but this race had an enormous build-up, and to win it, it must be really heart-rendering to them, and they'll come back with a lead on either side of the bridle, and well done, Jack and Bobbingham. All right, we'll have more news on the race in a moment. The Quinella 360, the Exacta $5.90, and the Trifecta $14.50. But we have a pressing commitment, and with that pressing...
Okay, this is the update for race.
And the starter presses the button and away they go. Nice start. Magic Road is the early leader. Not much pace on though, and going quickly Ravada with Flying Spur, and March Hare is right up there. Presser can't get anywhere near the rails, and a length and a half further back on the inside rail is Kingston Bay, followed by Auntie Mary. Juggler 3 deep, Nick's Joy 4 wide, a length Barishnikov, and then comes Encores. Good margin then to Pharaoh, and the last pair, Star Dancer and Mahogany. They race along to the 1,000 metres. Flying Spur goes to the lead, just over a length now on Ravada. Magic Road third and travelling fourth, a Presser, followed by March Hare the inside, then Nick's Joy. A length further back, Kingston Bay on the inside of Juggler, Pharaoh, Barishnikov, and then a gap to Auntie Mary Encores, and Mahogany and Star Dancer bring up the rear. Down to the 700 they travel, and Flying Spur loping along by a length and a half on Ravada. 1/3 Magic Road, followed by March Hare. Wider out of Presser, a length and a quarter, then to Nick's Joy, followed on the inside Kingston Bay from Pharaoh, Juggler, then Barishnikov, followed by Encores, Auntie Mary. Mahogany second last, and Star Dancer whips them in, straightening up, 3:50 to go. Flying Spur taken on again by Ravada, a length and a half to March Hare. Magic Road 2 lengths to Encores. Juggler's a mile back. Mahogany making ground. Ravada hits the front down to the 120. Ravada from Flying Spur, March Hare, Encores, and Magic Road. Ravada is the leader. Encores flying home, but won't get to Ravada. Ravada has won at 3/4 to Encores. Flying Spur third, then March Hare, Magic Road, Juggler, followed home by Star Dancer. Mahogany died on his effort, and then came Auntie Mary, Barishnikov, Kingston Bay, Pharaoh, a Presser, and Nick's Joy Absolute.
Protest Brisbane, second against first.
14 Rivada Super Tab, $49.80 and $10.60. 15 Encores, $3.80, and number 13 Flying Spur, 2 even.
The Amy Guineas, he's won the Sydney Harbour Casino on number 14 Rivada. That'll make Brian Guy feel infinitely better. Anyway, let's firstly check the totes. Number 14 Rivada, $38.60 for the win and $8.50 for the place. Number 15 Encores will pay $3.20 and number 13 Flying Spur will pay $2 neat. Brian Guy, it's been well documented. He had a nasty accident with a foot. It was run over by a float, became infected, and he's had awful problems. So that'll make him feel infinitely better. And another plus is that he owns the horse with his wife Kerry and also Mr. K.R. Young. It was a relatively cheap buy, and Brian has done a super job with this fella. 19 starts, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, and Pat Payne, the winning rider. 14, 15, 13, Encores second. A Baycal 3-star by Masque from Stage Hit. J.R. Hawkes, Shane Dye. And third going to number 13, Flying Spur. The 3 at the bottom. Dane Hill Rolls, Lee Friedman, Stephen King. Mahogany loomed up at the 350, couldn't go on with it. Pharaoh probably needs a wet track if he's not too old. March here every chance. He ran officially 4th and 5th was Magic Road. A presser called Wide. Kingston Bay did a little. Star Dancer race with Mahogany near the tail of the field. He had his chance. He made a short-lived dash. Magic Road, he ran 5th. Very good little run. And Juggler, well, Juggler, he was lamenting at the 400 metres, but I see Juggler 50 metres from home starting to make up a little bit of ground over the concluding stages. So I wouldn't be getting off his back today from a Doncaster point of view. Nick's Joy back in the pack. Baryshnikov has just failed to find his old form. And Auntie Mary, well, she's likely to bob up occasionally. Rivada, too good. Rodney, I'll have my...
OK, let's update race 6 Adelaide, number 1 John Quest.